Many of us are affected by the cost of tuition, whether it be direct or indirect. Some students are fortunate enough to be able to afford college on their own or with the support of their parents. Other students are not given this option and must find other ways to afford tuition costs, such as taking student loans, financial aid, and/or working. This has a negative impact on the student because they have to begin college financially unstable and usually graduate in the same position because they must pay off their student loans in a timely manner. The cost of tuition is on a high rise and must be controlled because it is negatively impacting students, parents, and universities.
Prior to graduating from high school, students apply to attend college for the upcoming fall semester. This is an exciting time for many high school seniors. After graduating from high school, families have to make the hard decision of whether or not they can send their child to university for higher education. As many as 75% of high school seniors are accepted to their first choice college, but less than 57% can attend. This is the dream of many families because it is a way for the student to better themselves for a future profession. They are more given opportunities when they have a college degree, and this can allow them to earn higher wages. Unfortunately, sending a kid to college costs 40% of a typical family's income. Sending one child costs 40% already, and when you add multiple children to the situation, it burdens the parents heavily. The parents oftentimes have to choose not to send their child for higher education because it's not financially possible. Parents can try to keep working, but median income is not rising at the same rate college tuition is, because college tuition is rising faster than income. It is found that median family income has risen 150% over the past 25 years compared to college tuition, which has risen a staggering 439% over the same period of time. These statistics show that there is a large issue at hand. Going to college is now more expensive than ever, and an average income is not enough to be able to afford it.
Parents oftentimes have to choose not to send their child for higher education because it's not financially possible. Parents can try to keep working, but median income is not rising at the same rate college tuition is because tuition costs are rising much faster than income. It is found that the median family income has risen 150% over the last 25 years compared to college tuition, which has risen 439% over the same period. These statistics show that there is a large issue at hand. Going to college is now more expensive than ever, and an average income is not enough to be able to afford it. Children have to soon decide for themselves what their next course of action may be. This may mean they join the military, go to community college, find a mediocre job, or take out student loans and financial aid.
College was not always as expensive as it is now. In fact, it used to be affordable and sometimes it was even free. It is currently 400% more expensive to go to college today than it was 30 years ago. Colleges that had free tuition were great schools as well. One of the popular schools that offered free tuition for its students was University of California, Davis. College costs began to increase because university administrators wanted to add more to the college, such as gymnasiums and other recreational buildings to the campus. They also wanted to better the buildings by renovating them so more students would want to attend the college because the campus is up to date and aesthetically pleasing. Students have no control over the campus being renovated, but have to pay high prices for these projects to begin. Unfortunately, education has become more of a business that sees its students as only as customers. The dream of attending college and earning a degree to work in the profession of one's choosing is what drives most students into debt. The dream must be attained, and students will do anything they can to get there. To get to the dream, students will often take out large student loans as well as use financial aid. Research now shows that after adjusting for inflation, U.S. college students are borrowing about twice as much money as they did a decade ago.
Loans are now being taken out at high amounts, and the average college student debt is $23,700. Average loan payment is $432 a month, and that's over 10% of typical post-college earnings. This is an issue because students are borrowing more money, causing there to be a higher student debt population. They will continue to borrow more money as the cost of tuition rises.
Students are borrowing so much money that the student loan default rate has nearly doubled since 2005. Students attend college by taking out large loans, and college grads are not prepared for retirement due to the fact that grads have to pay off their debt. They graduate from a university with a degree and majority of the time have no way to pay their student loans back. Students majority of the time do not have well-paying jobs during college or only have internships, which usually are unpaid. Many students struggle with finding a well-paying job as soon as they graduate from school. The unemployment rate for college grads is very high, and a growing number of college graduates are moving back in with their parents to save money.
The effects of college tuition does not stop just while students are in attendance. It goes as far as their middle-age years for many. Recent college graduates have a difficult time finding jobs, and the vast majority of college grads work in jobs unrelated to their major. In 2010, only 62.1% of U.S. college graduates had a job that even required a college degree, and just 27.3% of college grads had a job that was related to their major at all, according to Doug Matakalanis. These numbers are very high and show that college tuition is very expensive but valuable. The statistics also show how many employees at various workplaces are overqualified because a large amount of the jobs available do not require a college degree. This is a reason why many students choose to attend, but they are put in a difficult situation post-graduation.
Education is very valuable and allows people to thrive in their profession. This is what drives so many students to attend, but paying for it is what may cause a wall in others. The cost prevents students from attaining their dreams many of the times. Some options students have is going to community college before attending a four-year university. This is a cheaper way students are receiving an associate's degree. Going to a community college before a university saves students from having to take out loans on classes that they can receive credit for from a lower tuition school. All students have to take general credit classes and are the same regardless of where they receive the credit. They can also work hard to keep a high GPA, and students can be rewarded with scholarships, and some schools offer transfer scholarships. Scholarships are very helpful when trying to pay for college tuition. Only 55.3% of Americans between the ages of 18 and 29 were employed last year. That was the lowest level that we have seen since World War II, according to Michael Snyder. This is the age range of the average undergraduate college student through the graduate age, and explains how challenging it is for one to find a job during this time.
Universities could lower the cost of education by decreasing the amount of money they put towards renovations. According to Linda Blackford, University of Kentucky students in the Bluegrass State will pay 3% more for tuition and fees this fall. This is not only an increase for in-state students, the rate of increase for out-of-state students is up to 5% higher. The University of Kentucky is one of many schools that have made multiple renovations on building new dorms, updating the classroom and recreational buildings, and having other additives for aesthetic pleasure. Blackford states student fees will include a $36 hike to help pay for upgrades at the Johnson Wellness Center and $175 million renovation of the Student Center. Tuition prices tend to increase each year as the university updates the campus. Cutting back on these expenses would lower the cost of tuition dramatically.
Cost of tuition is an issue that needs to be solved. Receiving a higher education should not be discontinued because it is too expensive. A student should be able to study and better their education so they can obtain a profession of their interest. Many students are not fortunate to be able to attend the university because the family cannot financially afford it. Not only can some students not attend college, some attend but are unable to pay back their student loans because they are too much in debt. Tuition is too high and must come down.